definitions right out of the American Heritage Dictionary. Banana. 1. Any of several tree-like tropical or subtropical plants with long, broad leaves and hanging clusters of edible fruit. 2. The crescent-shaped fruit of the banana plant has white, pulpy flesh and yellow or reddish skin. 3. Pertaining to a person who is yellow on the outside and white on the inside. You know? An odd thought just crossed my mind. One day, when I was about 7 years old, I looked into the mirror, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm not white. Wow! Imagine that! You're looking at me kind of funny. Let me explain. You see, I'm not from here, but I am. I was born in Korea, but I grew up here, adopted by a white family. You are basically sitting in my backyard. Welcome to my neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? I'm glad to be here, but it wasn't always that way. It all started when I was maybe in the 2nd grade. Like most 7-year-olds, I loved going to the movies. My family lived just outside the city of Ithaca, so going to the movies was a pretty big deal. I remember the first time I went to see The Sound of Music. My father dropped me off at the theater. It was then I saw her for the first time on the silver screen. Oh, you know that famous British actress named, oh, come on, help me out. Andrews! Julie Andrews. Her skin was so fair with beautiful red lips. But the thing that really grabbed me was her eyes. As I gazed into them, I could see that they held a certain defiance that was always out to defend the underdog. And the color, it took me away. So clear, so blue. I could see forever. Then, when I got home that day, I looked at my own eyes in the mirror. How thick and heavy and droopy they looked. They seemed to sag with the heaviness of my discovery. My nose was a pug thing. It barely existed on my face. And I really hated my lips. They looked fat and rubbery. It's silly. But you know, it made me want to cry. I felt like a genetic mutation. That's when my spirit died. And that's when my isolation period began. I attended one of the local schools, a place called T-Bird. At the time I was there, there was a black family family, a Japanese family, and me. The rest of the kids were white. I went home to a family that was white. I guess one might say I was having a bit of trouble relating to the rest of the world. I communed more with my television than with people. My teachers were frustrated. My parents were at a loss. Everyone had a hell of a time with me. You know that saying that parents say to their kids when they're bad? May you grow up to have kids just like you! Somehow, I don't think that Grandma and Grandpa were thinking of me when they said that saying to my mother. But my parents tried their best. They tried to take me to places where I could get some interaction with the Korean community. When I was about 5 years old, I remember one event in particular. It was being held up on the hill at Cornell University. The place was Annabelle Taylor Hall. Very old, very collegiate, very scary. Just inside the heavy double doors is a huge room made of marble. As my feet hit the floor, the sound of heels clicking on marble echoed throughout the room. Click, 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 click.